How's it going, Jack Tackers, and welcome back to another video for you guys. Today I'm going to be doing my 500 subscriber Q&A special. But first, remember, if you guys are new, make sure to check out my social media and vlogging channel down in the description below. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. Alright, so the first question comes from Ace, and he asks, what/who is the reason you are a YouTuber today? Well, obviously it's because this guy right here, well, partly. No, but in all seriousness, there's a bunch of people who made me become a YouTuber. I mean, honestly, like, pretty much anyone who I watched made me want to become a YouTuber and do, like, my own spin on what they were doing. And I just wanted to talk about geek-related content, and, yeah, that's what I'm doing. So, I really like what I'm doing, and I'm really happy that they kind of inspired me to do this, I guess. The next question comes from Jordan Duke on Twitter. What was your opinion on Star versus the Forces of Evil? Well, I hate to tell you, my friend, I have not seen this series. I know it's animated, and I believe it's Disney, but I'm not appalled to watching it. I'll definitely check it out sometime, but I'm just watching so much other television right now that I don't know if I'll have time to get to it anytime soon, but it looks interesting, I guess, but I'll definitely have to check it out sometime. Anyway, the next question comes from Amino on Twitter, again. What specific comic character would you want to have a chance on the big screen? Could be DC, Marvel, TV show, movie, live action, or animated. Well, I think I'd love to have a Moon Knight TV show. Live action, of course. I think that'd be so awesome, and if Marvel Netflix was still a thing, I would have loved to have them do a Moon Knight TV show, but I don't know, maybe they'll do that on Disney Plus sometime. That'd be incredible. But I think a Moon Knight TV show would be absolutely awesome. The next set of questions come from the one and only Infotex over on Twitter. The first one he asks is, if you could have any mythical creature as a pet, what would it be? I would have to say I would have a unicorn, man. I mean, unicorns are pretty epic, so that's why I could ride it and shit. I don't know if I really like to have a dragon because, you know, that's kind of, unicorns are where it's at, in my opinion. Yeah, so the next question he asks is, favorite non-superhero franchise? That's a pretty easy one, to be honest. That's definitely The Walking Dead. I love The Walking Dead. If you guys have been with the channel for a while now, you guys know how much I love this show, and just not just the show, but I love the comics as well and all that jazz. So The Walking Dead's definitely my favorite non-superhero franchise, and honestly is my favorite it's my favorite franchise of all time, is what I was trying to say there. The next question Infotext asks is, most anticipated movie for the rest of 2019. Spider-Man Far From Home, baby, as you guys see. But if not that, I would say, you know what? No. I'm going to say Spider-Man Far From Home. Favorite moments in Endgame. My favorite moments would have to be probably when Iron Man has the Infinity Gauntlet and he snaps and says, I am Iron Man. That's a really dope scene. And then when Cap wields Mjolnir, that's also a good scene as well. Most anticipated MCU movie going forward, Spider-Man Far From Home, because that's the really only one we know that's going to come out. There's been rumors about Black Widow, but I think an X-Men movie, I'd be excited for that if they do an X-Men movie. So, yeah, X-Men, I guess. I don't know if they ever do one. Next question Infotext asks is, why did I say Infotext? It's Infotech. Wait, what? I don't know. Saddest death in Endgame, easily Iron Man. So yeah. I mean, damn, that was really emotional, dude. The last question Infotext asks is, thoughts on the new Battlement trailer? I haven't really gone over it, which, pretty good question, I should say. It's pretty shit. I'm really pissed off that it's not good, but it's just not. It's cringy, it's, you know, pro-feminism, it's, like, retarded, and I just, like, can we focus on other things? Can we just focus on, like, not the cringy and awful aspects? Like, oh man, I'm a bit disappointed with it, but I'm still gonna watch it, so yeah. So the next question comes from Splaro over on Twitter, and he asks top 5 hottest Arrowverse actresses. Oh boy. I guess definitely I'd say Melissa Benoist is at number 1, obviously. And then I would say Katie Cassidy, and then like maybe Emily Bett Rickards. I mean, I honestly don't know. I mean, Melissa Benoist is pretty hot, but like other than that, I don't really know, to be honest. The next set of questions come from Dino Thunder 14, and the first one he asks is, what are your top 5 favorite superheroes outside of Marvel and DC? Well, I don't really know, because I really know the only other property that does superhero content is Dark Horse Comics. I'm sure there's others, but I guess Hellboy or the Umbrella Academy, I really like those properties and those characters, so that's probably 5 if you count up all the Umbrella Academy members and Hellboy, so yeah, those, I guess. The next question Dino Thunder 14 asks is, who's your celebrity crush? Well, my friend, at the moment, it's Melissa Benoist. I mean, honestly, she's... Damn, bro. She plays Supergirl on Supergirl. Shoot, dog. She's pretty fine looking, I ain't gonna lie, but, yeah. The next question Dino Thunder asks is, who do you think would win, Robin from Titans or Daredevil, the Netflix version? Well, that's a very close call, I'd say, to be honest, but we've seen more of Daredevil's fighting style, I feel like, throughout the series, mainly because there's more episodes than Titans has, and we've just gotten to know the character more. But I will say, Robin in Titans fights hella dirty, and Daredevil doesn't fight like that, so if Robin wanted to kill Daredevil, I think he would, so if it was a fight to the death, I honestly would say Robin would win, even though I love Daredevil, and I think comic book version of Daredevil would probably win, but in terms of this, I think Robin from Titans would win. The next question Dino Thunder asks is, what kind of crossover would you like to see in a comic? Well, this is a pretty good question and a pretty interesting one, to be honest. I always have loved the Walking Dead comic book series. I'm sure if you guys have been with the channel for a while, you would know this, and I love Walking Dead in general, and I think it's a great comic book series, and I also am a huge fan of Batman, of course, so to see Rick and Batman, and this would never happen, but if I really wanted to see a crossover in a comic, it would be this. Batman and Rick Grimes. Holy shit. Those are my 2, favorite comic book characters of all time. So that'd be absolutely insane to see them interact, and that'd be just so damn cool. So yeah, Walking Dead and Batman. Walking Dead go to post-apocalyptic Gotham. Holy shit, that'd be crazy. And the last question Dino Thunder asks, which is also our last question for this Q&A. Not too many people ask questions, but that's alright. I did like the questions I received. It's a very similar question that I answered at the very beginning of this video. What made you do YouTube? Honestly, it was just a bunch of things from YouTubers I watched, from other friends starting it, and honestly, I've always wanted to do a YouTube channel, so I was like, one day I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. It's gonna be a shitty video, and it was, and my videos are still shitty, but that's besides the point. I made a YouTube video, and I enjoyed life, I guess. So there's a bunch of things that come into play why I made a YouTube channel, but yeah, other people who've already made YouTube channels, and my friends, and I've always had the motivation to talk about geeky stuff to people online, so I just think that's really awesome. But anyway, guys, let me hear your answers, I guess, to these questions if you really want to answer them. Let me hear all that down in the comments below. And if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new. Thank you so much for 500 subscribers, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Boop. Here's to 1K.